No, yeah. Welcome back to the Midday Lounge, Global R&B 96.3, the real deal in digital radio. Hey, as always, I got the beautiful lady named D in the building. Go ahead and talk to him,
What's
baby.
up? What's up, world?
D, I've been waiting for this, man. I wanted to throw something at you. Today's show is going to be something about a TikToker who's been trending on TikTok. It's a young lady that says that her and her girlfriends took being single too serious. I don't even know what all that means, but just too serious. So they don't see themselves getting married anytime soon.
This is how I know I'm getting old.
Look, what we gonna do, we gonna let her talk about it, and we gonna come back on the back end. We gonna give our opinions. We gonna make sure that y'all hit the hotline 804-476-2306. Let's go ahead and get into this.
But not only that, she says, maybe we've taken this single thing too far. Maybe, just maybe, we took this independent-minded feminist movement too far. And why does she think so? Because most of her friends, in fact, all of her friends, are unmarried and single, and she can't believe it.
In the most selfish way possible, sometimes I do have to look at my friends and think maybe we took being single a bit too far. Maybe we cheered each other on in our singleness a bit too much. Some would even argue that maybe we took feminism too far, because I'm looking around the group and thinking, not even one wedding is on the horizon. Not even that it's not on the horizon. We are actually so single that we are at the point where I wouldn't even go into a shop and pick up an expensive dress and think, I'll save this for a wedding. Like, I cannot think of a single one of my friends who is nearing marriage. And as I said, for entirely selfish reasons, I'm just like, we're gonna need to rectify that, because I personally need to be at the weddings in my prime. I need to be at that open bar having my your name moment. Like, it just really does seem like something I'm gonna have to delve into in my 20s, and time is running out. Unfortunately, time is running out. 5 years down, like we are gonna need the weddings to start rolling in. But as I said, I do believe that we have cheered each other's singleness on a bit too much, and I just don't know if I will be.
Not the damn decade. Well, mind you, I want y'all to say this is her personal circle. This ain't everybody's circle. But for some reason, if you go to the comments, they commented. That's all I'm gonna say, D.
So much made sense when she said, like, she's in her 20s. Like, that everything made sense. But yeah, so
that changed the whole narrative for you.
Yes, everything makes. I won't say it changed my narrative, but everything that she just said made a lot more sense. That she's in her 20s. Yeah. But
so let's ask. Let me start you off. So let's ask the question: Can people really take being single too damn serious?
No, I don't. I feel like people don't take being single serious enough. In all actuality, I feel like I feel like a lot of people jump in and out of relationships. They don't give time and space to heal in between relationships before they're in a new relationship. So I feel like that happens more than people taking the single life too far. I feel like your single life period actually is a necessary part of your growth, because you need time by yourself to figure out what you want and what you're looking for in actual relationship situations. So I don't feel like people are taking being single too seriously. I also would like to say is that birds of a feather flock together. You don't find too many people in the married stage of life with a lot of single friends and vice versa. So that's also something to take into consideration. What about you? What do you think?
You know what? I don't know how to take the questions that serious, because I guess I never thought about it. Like, I really did never think about this.
Do you feel like there's like, because I feel like to her credit, like, I get what she was trying to say, but in all actuality, I feel like this is a question for men face more than women, because I feel like ultimately women do want to be in a relationship and be married and have families and whatnot. And not to say that men don't want that too, but when men are in their single stage and they're just like, I wish I could F every girl in the world and this, that, and the third, like, do you feel like men can get stuck in that mindset? Do you feel like men take that too seriously?
Not
letting go of the glory days?
I don't necessarily think it's about the glory days for them anymore. I think it's about, especially with this, you know what? Let me spin the block on that question. I'm gonna answer the initial question first, right? Because I know this is gonna lead to a longer conversation. I can talk, but for the initial question, it's gonna be, in my opinion, that No, we get in our way. We get in our own way sometimes. I do believe that. I do believe that a lot of people, we create these false expectations. We go based off of past experience, whether it be a bad breakup or whatever the situation could be, or we lack faith in certain things as far as when it comes to relationships. But I would say diving deep and doing our own. And I want to say this. I think we start to, at a certain point, we start to mask certain things about the past and our relationship, the pains that we went through. And that could be reasons why people are taking being serious, singleness so serious, because all these past experience. Is it right? Is it wrong? That's based off of the person. Now, to answer your question about being a man in this instance, I'm definitely going to say, man, it's the internet. And this is going to go into it because a lot of people are basing this stuff off of that red pill. Society changed everything. That's how I'm going to answer that question right now. And then, we'll keep this thing flowing.
All right, so do you feel like we can blame the whole red pill, blue pill situation or feminism, because that comes up a lot? Do you feel like those are to blame for this girl's mindset? Because I won't say this is what actually is going on. I just feel like this is that girl's personal opinion.
I definitely can see, I definitely believe it's her personal opinion. I definitely think that some other people out there could do it, could believe some of these things. It's a narrative right nowadays. I can't say it because I definitely am, and I'm on my getting close to the 40s. She's her 20s, so I got some time on her. But I think we blame too many. I think we blame the red pill and the feminism too much. And I'm a person that have said this before. I'm starting to blame societal norms on this mindset. I'm gonna say that as time changes, so does the mind. I'm gonna say that I think it's counterproductive for us to blame feminism. I think it's counterproductive for us to blame the red pill thinking. The real question for me is, do we adapt, or is it time for us to adapt our thinking? Do we adapt this way of life, or do we try to stick to what we're used to and try to make it work for our own lives? That's what I think the real question should be.
Yeah, I agree. And I also, I implore people before they start talking about feminism and the whole red pill stuff, actually look up what feminism is, because a lot of the rhetoric that you see on social media and in general is not actually what feminism is or what it's supposed to be. It's what somebody put their little razzle dazzle on it, ran with it, and that's what also people ran with. Why believe the truth when the lie is more entertaining, that type of thing. But
Speaking true.
I don't feel like there's anything to blame. I just feel like this girl is in, she said, she's in her 20s. She's not even mid-20s, so she's not even approaching 25. She hasn't even hit 25 yet. So she's in that mindset of, I have to get married before I'm 30, when in all actuality, you should probably wait till you're about in your 30s before you get married, because that's when you really know kind of what you want out of life. And I feel like you have more life experience, so you're more willing to deal with certain things that come and go that really break marriages when people are younger. Because I feel like a lot of people get divorced based off of stuff that they could have worked through.
Yeah, there's definitely gonna be different reasons why. Oh man, this is getting good. Hit the hotline. 804-476-2306. I still think the conversation is necessary, even though the time or the age difference is a thing, and it might just be her own opinion, but it's
you definitely have a different mindset in your 20s and your 30s. So hopefully there's some 20-year-olds listening to this, because your life is not over after you turn 25. I promise you.
It really ain't. Trending for a reason. So we're gonna spin the block on this. We'll be back at the break. Global R&B 96.3. Welcome back to the Midday Lounge, Global R&B 96.3. D, you still with me, baby?
I still am with you.
Man, before that break, we was talking about this viral clip that's going around as the lady that's saying that, hey, her and her girlfriend group have taken being single too serious. All them S's. Single too serious. All right, so I wanted to hear from y'all, 804-476-2306. So let's go ahead and take it to the hotline. Caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, I'm Gia from Los Angeles, California.
What's up?
And currently, my peace is everything. So, single for me.
What the hell I gotta do? All right, that's what's up. All right, I appreciate that. Single for you. Your piece is everything. So, all right, that's the question was, ladies and gentlemen. The question was, just based off of the clip, do modern women or more women nowadays desire to be married or to be single? So, you know, if you want to be
I'm
single,
saying she's saying she desires to be single. That's where she's at.
Let's take it back to the hotline. What's your name, caller? Excuse me. What's your name and where you calling from? Hello.
This is Shay from Norcross, and I believe that all women desire having a partner or a marriage that fulfills them.
Okay.
But nowadays, more women are content with being single because they know they have not settled or sacrificed something of themselves just to say that they meet societal standards or image. So it's give and take, but ultimately we all hope to have someone to spend the rest of our lives with.
Oh, okay, Shay. Okay, now we talking, Shay. All right, D, can we elaborate on this a little bit? What's your thoughts? You agree, disagree? What's up?
It's kind of 50-50 because I know women that do not have any desire whatsoever to be married, tied to nobody, life partnership or whatever. And so I kind of feel like it's down the middle. I think honestly it just depends individually on the woman. Like, for instance, I'm not a person that desires marriage like in a traditional sense. Like, that would actually be cool for me to be married in a traditional sense. But I also know for where I am in life, I'm also cool with the situation where we're together. We're like, in some kind of sense, it's kind of like a marriage. It's just not, we just never went to like the courthouse and did it. Like, I'm also cool with that type of situation. Like, so to what she said, to what the last caller said, I feel like everybody desires somebody to spend the rest of their life with, like some type of partner. And I won't even say 50-50. I say 75-25. I feel like 75% of women do desire a life partner, a marriage, what have you. And then there's 25% of women that just are just like, you know, just like men. Like, there's some men that want to get married. They want to have a family ultimately, maybe not in like their 20s or their 30s, like sometimes pushing 40 and 50, because, you know, men can have kids up until the day they die. So they don't have that biological clock ticking like women do. So there is that. Yeah. But there are still men out there that are like, why would I get married when I just have like a plethora of women like just out for the taking? Like, I think it just depends on the individual, to be honest.
Oh yeah, most definitely it's going to be an individual concept. I will say, and I've said this over and over again throughout my tenure here at Global R&B and on radio. And like I say, I do believe personally, this is my opinion, not the opinion of D or Global R&B, that majority of people, women or men, desire some form of companionship. I think this is personally natural, right? It's kind of like what D said. She broke down some numbers. I don't got the numbers for that. I just think that most
statistics
people
are not like government approved. There's been no survey on this. I'm just throwing numbers out there.
And I feel that, like, I just do believe that, you know, if you take it back to the Bible or anything else, like, you look at certain things. Now, I'm not gonna get into LBGT or anything like that, but originally you usually see a form of companionship. You look at two lions, you might see a pride, you might see two lions, two tigers, whatever. You see a partnership and companionship. For the most part, I'm not even going to add in the pride, but just you see a king and his queen, or however you see fit in today's society. But you usually see some form of companionship. So I will say I do believe that part. As far as everything else when it comes to that, I do believe today's society, and that goes back to that adjustment that we was talking about, that most people, or a lot of people probably do not desire those things because at some form of fashion they might be desiring their peace. Marriage or companionship might not be their peace right now inside of where they at inside their life, and that's okay. Now, I do believe it might be some voids there. I don't care, because I'm speaking for myself now. When I go out, if I might like temporary companionship more than a long-term companionship sometimes. Yeah. And that's not exactly healthy, because I know for me, I'm covering for what I probably really want. And my therapist could talk that out later. but that's where I think those things go hand in hand sometimes. Not in every sensitive fashion, but sometimes.
All right, so what do you think the solution for men and women are? Like, for those, I won't say for those who don't seek companionship, but for those that do seek companionship, like, what do you think the solution is overall? Like, do you, like, ultimately, I feel like we both kind of agreed that people aren't really taking singleness too far. They're just not in that life space yet. But what do you think the solution for people that do think, like, oh my God, like, my life is over, I'm hitting 25 and I'm not married yet?
I think in that fashion, because I know we get wrapped up inside of this biological clock. I know we get wrapped up in this. I think the issue is always going to be is that we think time. But, and I understand that, because death is real. You get opportunities to live your life, and then you might not get those opportunities again. I understand that. But I also believe in sitting inside of your personal peace. Everything is not always a rush to the situation type of thing. Sometimes OG told me a long time ago. This goes out inappropriate, but I don't care. OG told me I used to work in the warehouse on the docks. There's a snack tooth guy named Marvin, and he told me. He said it was an old bull and a young bull, and the young bull said, let's run down there and have sex with many cows as possible. And the old bull said, why don't we just walk down there and get them all? So I said, hey man, just take your time, live life and enjoy it, baby. You ain't gotta rush to nothing. But I don't really see I can't come up with a big solution.
I just want you to know that's only something a man will ever tell another man.
Hey.
That is not no advice for
Hey, I'm just saying, for the most part, live your life, people. You don't have to rush to nothing. You don't have to worry about nothing. Hey, whatever it is for you, man, until you get to where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the best advice, because I just think this, hey man, life is life. Hey, go ahead, D. Go ahead, show me up real quick. I know I gave a dumb answer. Go ahead.
Nah, like, on one hand, that advice is actually genius, but on the other hand, that is only advice that another man will give to a younger man. Like, that is, don't put all your eggs in one basket. That is what that advice says.
You know what? I'm gonna drop a bomb for myself.
Okay,
what y'all say, man.
So, on a serious note, I feel like the solution for men and women is I feel like the expectation is to marry young or whatever, and to like whatever. You do not have to marry young. I feel like a lot of people get married too soon, and a lot of people get married for the sake of being married. If you truly value marriage, if that is something that you truly want to do, then actually go through the steps like of learning yourself, learning the person that you're pursuing this with, so that you'll have a nice, healthy, successful, because I feel like this goes back into people getting married for the sake of being married. Like, if you are just getting married just to say you did it, it's not going to be successful. And I feel like ultimately you want that marriage that you're in to be a success. You only want to do it one time. Some people do it 2. Some people got to do it 3. But like, you want, when you do it, to be the longevity of it. So I feel like if you go into it just because, oh my God, my friends are all getting married around me. My friends are all getting married around me. I'm still single as a dollar bill, but it's all good, because eventually I will meet that person that I can go longevity with. I'm not just trying to like get married to the first man that proposes to me. No, because that might not last. So I feel like men, stop getting married just because you have kids with somebody. Women, like, I feel like, because like, let's keep it a buck, I feel like that's most of the time when men get married too soon, that's the reason why. And then I feel like women don't get married just to say that you've been married. Like, I feel like if you're actually going to go into a life partnership, go into it for the right reasons. Don't just do it because your clock is ticking. You got time.
Hey, I'm with it.
Life doesn't end after 30. I promise you.
Hey man, I want y'all to leave it in the comments. Tell me your thoughts. Is this society taking being single too serious? And do most women and men take what's the question? Being single in 2024 is, do they rather be single or do they rather be married? What's the answer to the question? Leave it in the comments. 804-476-2306. We're gonna spin the block with much more Global R&B 96.3.